Hi, my name is Allison Williams. I was the chief jailer here at the Blakely County Jail from 2001 until it closed in 2005 until the new jail was built. I would have to say the place is pretty haunted. I didn't believe it. When I started, I was skeptic. I didn't listen to a lady that worked here as a dispatcher, told me about it. I thought maybe she was just overly tired. But the first day on the job, there was I guess you would call it apparition. It was a white mist in the shape of a woman floated out of the wall down into the office, and I ran out the back door as fast as I could, right into the sheriff's car himself. The sheriff said, "What is wrong with you? You are white as a ghost." I said, "It's because I just saw one." He thought I was crazy. Well, it turns out I'm not so crazy. There was multiple ghosts, a male, a female. I believe the male was the one that possibly had killed itself here. The lady looked like she was early 19th century. There's also a child here, a little girl. I used to have the inmates, I would have to deal with the inmates on a daily basis, make sure they're, fed, their house was clean, just general duties, making sure everybody's okay. And multiple times, I had the inmates hollering for me that they saw something in their cell, or they woke up and something was hovering over them. Light orbs, saw them all the time. Hear footsteps upstairs. I've had numerous run-ins with them. None of them mean, none of them meant any harm. They just wanted to talk. They just want somebody to know they're here. I asked Lonnie Barlow, who was the county lawyer. He was a reputable lawyer, and he didn't know of any children that had passed on this property. So I don't know if maybe it was, there were so many hangings upstairs. Maybe it was a child that belonged to a female that was hung, and she passed, and she come to be with her mom. I mean, that's the only thing I could ever figure out.
So with the stories of the hangings upstairs, is that confirmed? Like, how do you know?
Yes, that is confirmed by Mr. Barlow.
Is Mr. Barlow still alive?
No, unfortunately, he's passed. Now, he had wrote a memoir, from what I was told. He documented so much stuff that it's possible that it's in his things at the lawyer office. I guess it's still over there. The apparatus that they hung them with is still up there, unless somebody has taken it down since.
Which room was that in?
All right, when you go upstairs, all right, there is a food room to the right where we kept the food, the freezers and things. The room immediately to your left.
Okay,
So it would be right up here. It'd be right over there.
This room right here?
When you go out through here, through visitation,
Right.
and you get to the stairs, it's directly above, right there. There is a metal, I went on the roof, and there, in the concrete, there's a metal, I don't know what you call it, a metal bar. I really don't know what you call it. But it had something still strapped to it. Not saying that that's the actual rope by any means. But there was like a strap that must have went to something because the rest of it was gone. I guess they left it because it was down far enough in the castle that they didn't have to remove it. But it's still in the ceiling, and good luck trying to get that ceiling painted and the paint stay. For some reason, it just won't do it.
Or something didn't throw.
And that's where they were hanging people.
Correct. Mhm.
Paint doesn't stick in the room, on the roof of the room where they were hanging people.
Pardon?
Where you found the hole,
That's crazy.
in the kids' room.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Might have to reopen that hole.
Yeah.
Well, just go on top of the roof. Just go up on the outside, and you'll see where I'm talking. It's in the first castle thing right here. I'll show you. I'll point it out to you when we go outside. Yeah. And it's just like this cell back here where the inmate killed himself. And everybody that worked here, deputies that have been in here, they all know you could never, ever get that room warm. Anybody that had to go in that cell, and I tried my best not to put anybody in it, but if we had to put somebody in it, we had to give them double blankets and double mattresses because it was freezing back there at all times. Never did it warm. You could turn the heater wide open, burn everybody else up, and that room's gonna be ice cold.
Which cell was that?
It's the last one on the right. I called it cell 10 back in my time. But it's the last one on the right by the back door. The first cell, you know, was the drunk tank holding cell. And then when you come around the thing, in the very first cell on the right was the female cell.
We got, yeah. I was touched in there. I was touched and they pulled my shirt.
In which cell?
The female cell.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. We had some pretty rowdy ones in there. A couple of them have passed away over the last 5 or 6 years. But the lady that lives upstairs, she loves to come down. She'll come right through here, and she'll go and she'll stop and look at you, like telling you hello, float right through the female cell, and she just hangs out, or she goes and visits the guy in the back. This was a constant thing. The cook, it scared him so bad, he almost didn't come out to work. There was one incident with an inmate, and I can't say her name, but she started screaming one morning. She woke up petrified, just screaming her lungs out. There was, I guess this lady liked her, but she was hovering over her. She woke up to this apparition over her. And I didn't have to worry about her ever coming back to jail. Not to say she never got in trouble again, but she never had to come back to jail. That scared her just about straight. People are going to think I'm crazy for saying it, but I'm not the only one that's witnessed this. There's been deputies, there's been dispatch. When dispatch was here, the lady that me and you talked about that worked at dispatch, she's the one that originally, my very first day, told me, I'm going to hear footsteps, and I'm probably going to see a guy. I said, you crazy. You sound to me like you've been work a little too long. But that wasn't the case. I found out real quick. So, you just have to listen and pay attention and be respectful. And they'll come to you and talk. There's one of them that followed me to the new jail. They decided they wanted a new hangout. So we have one new one at the new jail.
Oh, really?
Yes. You won't probably see it very often. It's just an orb. And it's going to be...
You all right?
It's going to be a former jailer. Sorry. It's going to be a former jailer that was a real dear friend.
I'm so sorry, I literally just got the word sad right before she started crying.
What word?
Sad.
Sad.
Yeah, right
You
before
got
she
sad
just
across
started.
all of us.
But
I'm so
but he's there. And I hope he stays there as long as he wants and as long as he's happy. And then when he's ready to go, he'll go. But he was a real dear friend. But can we take a break?
Yep, we're done.